Assalamualaikum. Welcome to my show. This is Rehana Sher and I'm connecting the people around the globe. And today I'm on the platform of connecting the world. So I have one other very exciting guest with me, and he is from India. He is a space scientist, a motivational speaker, educationalist, and mentor. Let's welcome my honorable guest, Dr. TP Sasi Kumar. Hello, how are you, Dr. TP?
Assalamu alaikum, namaskaram. Namaskaram from Hyderabad, India.
Hello. Sasi Kumar or Sasi Kumar, I'm sorry for pronouncing your name incorrect, but I think you are Sasi Kumar. So, you are educationalist and a space scientist. I want you please introduce yourself in detail so that we can know more about your life journey, and about your mission and vision in your future.
I am from a small village from southwest of India called Kerala, Kerala. And then I did my education in mathematics. I took my PhD. I did my LLB, which is law. I did my MBA, Master of Business Administration. I did my psychotherapy, so I'm a psychotherapist. I also learned most of the Indian traditional practices as well as the most modern technology. I am with the Space Department from 1989 to 2009. 20 years, so I am a retired person now with pension. So I am paid a retirement benefit from Government of India. My last posting was with the Prime Minister's office, Manmohan Singh. When he was the Prime Minister, I worked with the Prime Minister's office 2 years. So I was in the highest office in Government of India. I also worked with the University Grants Commission, which is the highest education wing for all the teachers training programs. We have got an academic staff college, so I was director for academic staff college. After my retirement, I worked in various institutions, various CSR, corporate social responsibility projects, guiding youth in different activities. I must have reached out to more than million of students, that many number of teachers, and that many number of parents. So I like to be called as Dr. TPS because I keep using the name T for teachers, P for parents, S for students. That happens to be the short form for my name, and that gives a better explanation that who am I. So I stay and live for teachers, parents and students. I must have gone to all the Indian schools in Gulf, including Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Oman, Doha, and UAE, almost all the countries. So I did lot of contributions in students activities across the globe. Probably in the east I have gone up to Fiji, and west I have gone up to America. So I have gone Pacific Ocean, very close to Pacific Ocean, both sides, from both sides. That's what I did.
Amazing, and I'm really honored that I'm interviewing such an educated and highly qualified person, and the person who is trying to spread his knowledge all over the not only in India but all over the world. So it is really well, Dr. TLPS, it is really amazing. Teacher, parents, and students, you can consider me as your student as well. So I want to ask you, So where did life started? Where did life start and goes on?
I'm a poet, so I will take my one of my first poem as an answer. Not my life, everybody's life. The poem says, as the race for birth. Millions of sperm from the father get into the mother's egg, and only one sperm take birth, and that's me and Rehana also. So each one of us have taken birth by one sperm fighting with millions of sperms, which are my unborn brothers and sisters. So life is a race. Life is a race for, and we are all winners. The birth itself, race for birth. So I had a tough time in my childhood. I was not at all a good student. I was thrown out of from a school being the worst student probably. But then after a few years of my successful activities, being in the highest in the government, I was called in the same school to decorate the best students with awards. So I'm a person who believes in using opportunities and learning as much as you can. So your skill can be better and better when you interact with a lot of people. Then use all the opportunities so that you can exercise all your skills in the best style. Only if you have good attitude. So there is a DrTPS formula, which is P performance is equal to opportunity O plus attitude A plus S skill. So if you have good opportunity, good attitude, good skill, everything balanced, you can be a good performer in life. So that is what I have done in my life. Wherever I get an opportunity, wherever I can use my skill, I am always open with my attitude. That's why when Rehana wanted me to have this discussion, I never asked too many questions. I went and searched what Rehana is doing, looked at all the different interviews, how Rehana from Pakistan is connecting to the world, and how Rehana is going to help others. I am also in the same path. So I thought, yes. Immediately I said, yes, we should have this dialogue. So I'm so glad and so kind of you hosting me on this.
Yes, I'm also really grateful for you that you accepted my invitation. And Dr. TPS, so I will call you Dr. TPS as well. So, what do you mean when you said that life begins from then as first? What do you mean by life? What is life mean to you?
LIFE, live in full enjoyment. But that enjoyment should be permanent, not short term, not temporary enjoyment. So how do you make your enjoyment longer? Learn in full enjoyment. So life is learn in full enjoyment. And what is life? Learning is an investment for future earning. So I've got a lot of definitions on life. I like to call life as a great investment. Not every animal can connect with the people. An animal in India can never connect with an animal in Pakistan. So as human being, we are gifted with that ability to connect to the world. What is extra for human life? We have ahara, nidra, bhaya, Maidhunani Samani Chaitani Nranam Pashunam. Aharam food, Nidra sleep, Bhayam tension, worry, all that problems which we have. Maidhunam sex. All these are equal for animals and human being. Traditionally. Now for human all these are more. Jnanam naranam adhigo vishesho. Knowledge is extra to human being. So how do you distinguish between other animals' life and human life? Only when we learn every moment. So we have two names. One is human being and social being. So what is life? Be human, be social. Being human is human being. Being social is social being. So as much as you can, try to be a social being. As much as you can, try to be a human being. Then by course of time, as you become gray haired, you will become more and more wiser. So your life become physical, emotional, intellectual, social and spiritual. So this fivefold development is life. As far as human beings are concerned, you have to have this fivefold development. So Dr. TPS always talk about fivefold development. Not intellectual alone, not emotional, social. And how do you make it more better and better? By reaching out to spiritual. Spiritual is not religion. It has no barrier boundary of religion. It goes inside our heart, inside your mana. When you open the manas, heart, you see inside that every one of us are same. We want love, we want to share, we want to care. That is what life is for human beings who are more and more matured.
Okay, and socializing life, you said that you have to socialize more and more. But according to my point of view, I think that socialization can cause more depression. When we socialize with different people and there's more people, we feel more depressed. Why? Instead of enjoying life, we feel depressing.
What is required is, I'm sure all the time you have options to see lot of people. Once you get binded to people, you get into this depression and problems. Assume now I am interacting with Rehana. Rehana is happy with the Dr. TPS. Dr. TPS is happy with the Rehana. Be in communication, be in contact, have dialogue, get benefit which can be shared to the public. Don't become selfish. I want. If my relationship becomes too selfish and my connections and social contacts become too selfish, and a day Rehana will not talk to me, I will feel depressed, I will feel moody, I will feel upset, I will feel sad. So the bondage is the problem. When you get connected to people, keep it as a connection, keep it as a contact, keep it as dependency, nothing wrong. But dependency should not turn into a bondage. The bondage is, oh, if somebody do not talk to me, I feel so upset, I want to commit suicide. As if nobody else is there in the world who can connect with you. Are you so poor? Are you so bad? Are you so useless in this world where nobody will accept you? So world is open. Don't become selfish. What comes the biggest problem in socializing? I will give an example. I love flowers. If I can see flower in my neighbor's garden also, I can enjoy. But the time I want that neighbor's flower in my garden and pluck it and then steal it, then I will start getting this tension, worry. Oh, if somebody will see, what will happen? So don't become selfish. Always think about what I can do to somebody else. So I think friendship, connection, network, connectivity, dialoguing, conversation is never bad. Only thing, don't have bondage. If Rehana is not going to respond to me from tomorrow onwards after this discussion, I don't care. But as long as Rehana is going to discuss with me, I will also reflect. So be like a mirror. The mirror only will reflect when it is in front. As it goes, forget about it. And as it comes back, yeah, again remember, yeah, Rehana was with me in so and so day. So have a relationship with the people like darpanam. Darpanam is the word, mirror. So you have to be, I have to be a mirror, so that our relationship becomes so clean and cool. Conversation, dialogue needs language, but communication is connecting with the people. So you must be very communicative. Connect with as many people as you can, without restrictions, without bondage.
Okay, so that only communication is important for making our bond strong.
Yeah. What is, how, see, we cannot have a dialogue, communication, conversation which doesn't have a subject of discussion. So how do you connect to different people? I must have interest in different subjects, different topics. Assume when I see a good singer in airport, when I am traveling, I am seeing a great singer. I cannot go and ask him, what is your name? How do I start a conversation? I must know which are all the movies which he sang, what different concerts which he had. If I see a politician, I must know little bit about that politician. If I see a sportsman, to have a conversation, I should have sufficient knowledge about the different things in the world. So your connectivity becomes stronger only when you have sufficient knowledge. I am sure Rehana came to me because you must have done some research to find out, oh, this man worth having a conversation. I also did a research on Rehana to find out what Rehana does. Assume I am not worth and Rehana is not worth, I am sure we are not going to have this dialogue at all. So in this world, we always value people based on their merit, how much we can share for common people, how much we can utilize our contact and connection. So all social contacts have to have a purpose. So every Saturday I have a music group. So I can reach out to anybody to ask, do you sing? You want to join with me? So that starts a conversation. Maybe when I interact with the people, they identify, oh, this man has got much more things to share, not just music. I remember one of the African people who were in contact with me from Namibia. I contacted them with the music. But immediately they found I am an educationalist. I can support that youth in Namibia with a lot of education support. So day after tomorrow, Saturday, I am going to have a dialogue with a lot of youth. One already done last Saturday. And this Saturday we have another session in which I am sharing all my resources from different parts of the world to connect to those people, to tell them how they can improve their education. So my connection, my interaction, my knowledge, where I can share is what I am using my contacts and connections. So purposeless, time pass, useless, normal, casual chats will have all these problems of, oh, what do I do after this? And at the end of the day, you feel, oh, I wasted my time. I am a person who believes in a lot of social interaction. Before Facebook, we had Orkut. And this book is all my discussion with my students who interacted with me on Orkut. A social interaction, social chat becomes a useful product where I can make a book. I don't think anybody in the world would have made a book with the social interactions on a normal, casual social network. So I have a book which give solutions for most of the problems. You open any page, it's not a book to be read. It's available free on my website. You can download and then use it. Life Made Simple. Open the book and then you will see a solution for your problems. So here it says, just now I opened a random page, it says Win Over Life. So each title has got a small paragraph where I write my objective of writing and people comment on this. How did they feel about this article? It's like a chat dialogue. So I'm sure interaction has to be worthwhile so that after some time you understand, oh, on this day 25th November 2021 I had an interaction with Rehana and that was so worth, so that we remember. And I remember all my previous years of activity, and then what do I do is all that recorded versions from YouTube I post onto my Facebook. I sent them last year. This day I was there in one of the place called Warangal talking about design thinking, and that was a teachers workshop for engineering college teachers. I was talking to them. So I remember today what happened in 2020, this date. 2017 I was in Dubai. I was in the desert and then going for driving in the desert. So and who are all with me. So what do? I connect to them, send a message, this day we were together, and this is the video which I created. I give a link to them on the video, so they will fall, oh happy, oh we still remember after 6 years, 4 years, 3 years. That's what I think. We should have some worthwhile activity which can be shared further.
Exactly, Dr. TPS. This conversation is going to be very good. Dr. TPS, you are doing a lot of things. You are authored, as you showed me your book. You are also a motivation speaker. You are a teacher. You are doing different conversation and conferencing. But I want to ask you, what is the one thing that make you to forget to even eat your food?
A good question. That is what Rehana is doing. If somebody comes and asks me a good question, I will forget everything and sit there. I have no pain. I don't worry about my age. I don't worry about my food. I had a session. I have an old house in my hometown. That is 200-year-old house where I lived in my childhood. So after my retirement from Hyderabad, I go back to my village, and that old house is a hermitage, and that house is called Gnanam, Jnaanam, Gnanam. That Gnanam, most of my life experience in Gnanam is what I recorded in this book. And rhythm of life, I stay there late night, think about my childhood, write a poetry, and then lot of children came and stayed with me in my house. I had nearly 400-500 children stayed with me from nearly 20 different countries. What do they learn? They learn about life. And one day I was telling them this poetry. They started reading poetry by poetry. I started explaining it, and it took 48 hours non-stop program. No food, no breakage at all, continuous. So when people come to stay with me for 2 days, they will ask, do I have to take a spare dress? Then I said, don't, you have to sleep, then only you need a bed. So you be with me for 48 hours and then go. So I had many discussions where non-stop, no sleep, continuous discussions. And most of the time at 10 days of camp, generally I conduct 10 days of camp. Children go on rotation for sleep, but I will be continuously talking by batches, and it doesn't stop me. So questions, dialogue, discussions, interactions, that will stop all my other, even when I am cooking, you can see Dr. TPS cooking. So when I cook vegetable biryani, I enjoy cooking it because that also becomes an education. So cooking becomes an education, eating becomes an education. So I think education, teaching, serving with knowledge is what stops everything.
Exactly, and that technology also improves it, and technology is helping us to teach each and everything. That it is making us very easy, whatever we want to teach or whatever we want to tell. And also, this is a very good way to communicate with different people all over the world. Uh, I really want to listen poetry, a poem from your book that you have shown us.
Maybe I will
One
take.
or three lines of your poetry.
Yeah, I will take.
No, the rhythm of life.
Yeah,
Rhythm
oh, you want the rhythm of
life.
life? You tell me some number from 1 to 100. There are 100 poems in that. So I'll take random.
Okay, and
1 to 100, any number.
80.
80. 80. This book is also available on internet. You can download it. Yeah. Rain measures of feel. Flowing water on path I walked. I remember in my childhood when I walk, two compound walls in between there used to be river, small streams in the rain, because Kerala is full of mountains. So beautiful rainwater will flow. Had the rolling stones and that flood. And not only the river will take lot of small stones also flowing along with the river. Rain was that sense in my childhood. At night, in the sound of the tiled roof. The roof has got tiles. So when the rain falls there, it gives a beautiful music sound. Across the window panel gaps, we have old windows. Across the window panel gaps, lightning shone, rain lights showers. So when the rain comes and you have a lightning there, it gives you a shower sort of a thing which is like a light shower. So that's what I felt. Lightning shows the rain, light showers. Light showers. The shower itself is a light. Poured in heavy and dumped air. Gutters and roads flew as the rivers. We were from a small village, so the small gutters, the roads itself becomes rivers those days. Rain is not a very peaceful and happy thing for me, because in my childhood when I was 5 years old, myself, my father and sister was walking from my house to a far off place where we had a paddy field. A rain took off and then I lost my sister and father in an accident. So most of the time rain is a heavy downpour in my heart, but still I will see the shallow beauty in that rain. So sometimes huge rivers, lot of water is really scary to me even today. What I don't know is swimming. I never learned swimming after that, because it's like a fear in me made me not to learn swimming. Otherwise I learned most of my activities. So this book also is available, you can download. There are many beautiful poems in that.
Okay, interesting point. But I really want to when I download it, and I feel sorry for your family. But I think you don't need to hate rain. And writing about rain, it is also amazing. Well, Dr. TPS, have you heard about astrology? And we all have heard that astrology plays a lot of role in our life. What would you say that how much important astrology is in our life?
I don't know, Rehana has landed up in my classes on astrology. There are few YouTube videos where I am teaching astrology in United States of America, Columbus, Indiana. There were few questions. I have 2 classes, 1 hour, 1 hour. Different planets in the world has got lot of influence on every living being on other planets, because the moon is one. Because of that, we have great waves in the sea. The sea is highly thermohaline, electromagnetic energy influential water. Anything which has got temperature difference, haline with salt has got an influence. Another, our human body has got 80% of fluid inside. That fluid is influenced by the gravity force in from different planets. So as the planet positions by the time I take birth has got a great influence. We can see some diseases like some problems in the brain which creates epilepsy. That manifests only when the moon is either in the eclipse mode or not. If in the eclipse mode, definitely the epilepsy comes out. So definitely the other planets, sun, moon position with respect to earth has got an influence. All other planets also have little influence but not too much. Therefore, all these are put into a chart where I can predict what happens to Rehana in the normal conditions of all that happens well. That is like a manufacturing time, what is that is different. But if I am so powerful and I have got a lot of people beside me who are much more powerful, I think far off planets have less influence. Therefore, influence is there, but we as human have got the authority, ability to go beyond these influence. Otherwise, there is no point in motivating, there is no point in learning, we can leave everything to the planets. But that's not true. Astrology has little influence, but people have got more influence than those planets who are very far. So I believe in more influence by society, people around you, and that is what India, Bharatiya, traditional Indian knowledge also says. If you have more people closer to you, they also influence you more. So there are influence, but there is a limited effect due to them. I am an astrologer myself. I learned astrology. I can predict, and some of the predictions happens perfect. Some of them will go because the environment keeps changing. It has got, I keep saying, astrology is like a car given to you. And you are inside that car. But how do you drive depends on your skill. Even if the astrology is bad, the car is bad. If you are a good driver, you know how to drive. Even if the car is very good, oh, your horoscope, time is very good, that doesn't mean you can drive. So there are 3 factors. One is car, which can be astrology. You and your ability is skill. And third factor is more important, the road in which you are driving. Again, I told you the opportunity is important. You have a good car, you know how to drive, but the road is broken, nobody can do anything. So what is required is your opportunities in which country you are. What you can do in Pakistan, what I can do in India, what somebody can do in US is entirely different based on their skill. They cannot do everything. Because we have a culture, we have a situation, we have a political system, we have a lot of influence of our society, culture. Therefore, same skill, different people at different places will act differently. So astrology can be same, horoscope can be same, but your action depends on your skill and opportunities. Yeah. I think Rehana is shooting the right questions and the right perspective. I never had an interview like this. I love you for that ability. And I missed one when you were telling about the ability which we have to connect to the whole world, modern. I have a book which is written 15 years back. For all the teachers, this will be a good book. This talks about adaptive learning, pedagogies and practices for e-web net learning. Today, last 2 years, every poorest of the poor country in the world is also behind multimedia learning. How I can use internet for learning. Anticipating, not anticipating, I wrote this book 15 years back. How people can adapt to teaching. Not physical teaching is must, but you can supplement this with a teaching with one of my colleague Nasima from Calicut University. When I was a director of academic staff college teachers training program, I wrote this book. This is also available free for all of you to download from internet.
Okay, that's really interesting. The Dr. TPS, please share the link of your books in the comments after the conversation. Mr. TPS, I really want to ask you for that. We people are not satisfied with our life. We are not satisfied, no matter how much we have. We have family, friends, but we are still not how we can satisfy in our life.
Rehana, I suggest you not to get satisfied in life, but be happy. Whenever you get satisfied with your knowledge, you will never study. So you should never get satisfied with knowledge. So what do? You keep on studying. That is what is progress. Never get satisfied with the wealth which you earn. If you get satisfied with the wealth which you earn, then the whole world will not progress. You know how world is progressing because business people are not happy. They wanted to earn more and more and more and more. I worked with the richest of the richest people in India as consultant, as person who was working close to them. Many rich people, I have got very close associate. I have seen all of them are unhappy. Why they are unhappy? Because they wanted to earn more and more. I keep telling them, be happy, but be unsatisfied. Don't mix these two words. Being happy is, I am happy in the way I am answering to the questions of Rehana. But I am not satisfied. I want to make my English better, points better, maybe much better so that I can speak more clear. Maybe I want to speak to Rehana in Urdu tomorrow. So I want to learn Urdu. So am I satisfied? No, I am not satisfied. With the knowledge I am not satisfied. I want to earn, I want to learn. There are 3 requirements. Everybody, you look at what they want. Ultimately it ends in 3 requirements. Number 1, learning. Number 2, earning. Money. Learning, earning, L you remove, then earn will come. And then another one is famous. Everybody want to become famous. It doesn't matter if I get an award tomorrow. I cannot go onto the ground and then on the center of the road and say, oh, you got an award. I need good relationship. Fame means I need people who are very close to me with whom I can share my glories. I need someone. That's another poetry in this book. Without this somebody is beside you, all your glories and happiness. So do you want to get satisfied? Don't ask for satisfaction. And what is that ultimately? Earning, learning, fame. Below this underlying is happiness. If I don't feel happy in my learning, if I don't feel happy in my fame, if I don't feel happy in my... See, assume that the video which I am posting onto my YouTube, there are 30 people looking, oh, I am unhappy. No, I should be happy. Because there are more brilliant YouTube presentations in which not even 2-3 people are only looking at it. So number of hit doesn't matter. Oh, when somebody comments that you spoke a beautiful, useful item, I feel happy because I am serving knowledge. I am giving knowledge. So in my knowledge, I am happy. But that doesn't stop me. Today also, I must have spent a half day, nearly 3-4 hours learning different things which have been sent by different people. And then I make a note out of it. I write notes. All that what people speak is I speak keeping notes. I don't sit without a paper and pen. Though digitally I am connected, I sit always with a paper and pen and keep writing. Because I think there could be something which I can learn. Earning, yeah, I am sufficiently rich, so I don't earn these days other than my pension. So I am sure people should become more and more unsatisfied. So unsatisfaction is good, but don't miss being happy. Every moment be happy. That is what is essential.
Okay, so we can never be satisfied with our life. You want to say that?
Yeah, I keep blessing people saying that don't get satisfied. That's the greatest blessing which I can give to everybody. But I keep saying be happy. Are you happy today? Yes, I'm happy. Are you happy in the way you are cooking? Yes. But no, I want to improve. Are you happy with the style in which you are posing yourself? Yes. No, but you want to improve tomorrow, right? You want to make it better. That's always do. Otherwise, you will keep looking at you and say, yeah, not good. Never should happen. So how do you do that? After every interview, what I do is I lift my hand. Rehana also can lift your hand. Lift your hand, Rehana. And then put it back and say, well done, well done.
Yes.
We keep on saying ourselves, well done, well done.
Yes, well.
I am great, I am great.
Well, yes. I mean to say that we must have to appreciate ourselves. We don't have a need to look someone else to appreciate us.
Yeah.
To be happy, we should appreciate ourselves.
See, I may not have the height of a Amitabh Bachchan is one of the greatest actor of India. I may not have his height, but still I am good in acting. I may not have the energy of somebody, but still I know. I may not have the knowledge what somebody else have got, but I have what I have. So don't ever get satisfied. Don't look in the mirror and say I am not beautiful. You keep looking at the mirror and say, yeah, I am good. I've got a good mustache. I've got a good nose. My eyes are good. My brain is working. If you don't appreciate yourself, you wait for somebody else. The world has got different eyes on you from different directions. They will evaluate you in a different style. They are not, the world looks at you through a convex lens or a concave lens. They have a concave mirror or a convex mirror. Your plane mirror is never available. Only you can look at your plane mirror and then see straight. Anybody looks from side, looks at you only from side. So look inside, identify yourself and say, yes, I have a purpose. How do you make yourself much better and happy? It is not when you eat, you give somebody else and the smile in that, either an animal or a human being, when I spare my knowledge to somebody else, when they feel happy about it, when they become greater and greater in their life, which I couldn't become, I could make my students at the highest level. That makes me happy. And my satisfaction is, oh, I did a great job in this world. So your satisfaction should be measured on the product what you make. I am able to write poetry, yes. But are they the best poems in the world? No. So I don't even compete. No, it should not be competing with somebody else. You are successful only when you compete with yourself. Yesterday how I was, am I better today? How did I give an interview? Probably 2002 was my first television interview, 20 years back. And that 20 years back interview was almost 2 hours, though it was scheduled for 10 minutes. Because the interviewer was so much immersed. The interview went for 2 hours. That was my first television interview. And they had to put it into pieces and then telecast it in different days. That interview, what I did, I am satisfied that day. Then what do? Will I improve? No. I was never satisfied. I was happy. So I am sure every day we have, as human being, we have the ability to grab a lot of knowledge. And that knowledge, we should not be put into a graveyard on a day with our knowledge. It should be given. So I keep saying I am a trustee, where I have kept something safe. What somebody else have given, my idea is to give it to somebody else. If I don't give it to somebody else, it is a burden on me. So that is what I am doing. So our life is to serve others. Serve others. I don't want. Let me give it to somebody else. That should be the method in which every one of us should do. If I can remove I, we feel happy. The time I use more number of I, we will become unhappy. So, ena kena prakarena, what way, where, when you do doesn't matter. Ena kena prakarena, yasya kasyabi dehinaha. Whatever you do doesn't matter. To someone in the world, some animal in the world, some plant in the world. Santosham janayat pratna. To make them happy, what you can do. Keep doing it. Then you will feel happy. See, when I was in Delhi in my office, I had a beautiful plant tulsi, which generally grows only 2 feet. But then my office, I used to water that, keep on talking to that plant. I will post Rehana that picture also in my blog. It is there as a comment under this. You don't believe it has grown 10 feet. Normally it is only 2.5 feet. And it has spread in my window so that the sunlight will come. I thought I kept it close to the window. And the window was 8 feet and it reached up to the top and then started growing down. It's not a creeper, but it grows like a creeper when you start loving even a plant. So what do you expect that plant back? Nothing. I am just serving it. Why are you serving? Because I'm enjoying. What do I get by this interview? Yeah, I'm enjoying. That is the first thing. If I don't enjoy, don't do it. Don't expect something back. I am enjoying now. Then the benefit itself is with you. Satisfaction is there. Happiness is there. But if I think of after this, how many people will see? And if less number of people see, I feel sad. No, I don't have to. The time which I am spending with Rehana is so happy and I will cherish in my life. I will tell you, if you are in contact with me 2022 November 25th, I will post this telling that last year this day we were together. I keep my contacts. I have got more than 1 lakh contacts with me on my number. I keep talk to them. I keep posting them. Is what I do.
Wow, it would be an honor for me. I will be in your contact, inshallah. And well, as you said that you do a 2-hour interview, and it's still happening to me as well because I'm not going to end it. I don't want to end it, but we have to finish it now because it's our time. 30 minutes, and now it's 49 minutes. Because I just indulged in your discussion. I want to know more and more. You are really amazing, Dr. DPS. I want to say you thank you so much for giving me your precious time. I know you are doing a lot of work, a lot of things you are doing, and thank you. Do you want to say anything?
Rehana, I was only reflecting. I told you my name itself is Shashi. Shashi means reflection. So if Rehana is good, I am good because I am reflecting. If the light comes to me, I reflect. So I am a moon by name itself. I name is Shashi. Shashi means moon, Chandama. So I am a moon who is reflecting. So I am able to reflect on you, on your questions. So that is why you are enjoying. And I am able to reflect is what I can do. So I keep saying I don't speak, and it is not from the brain, it is not from the manas, it comes from the atma, the soul. Who is talking is the soul, because I'm a spiritual being. I am a meditation master from Himalayan tradition. I am a Vedic scholar from my guru Brahma Shri KPC Anijan Patadripada. So I have got great blessings of different gurus. So I'm sure if I could part a little bit of that in this discussion, it's all because of this blessing. As you said, inshallah. And that is what makes all of us great. Inshallah, we will meet, keep dialoguing. I wish I learned little more Urdu from Rehana, and then we will have a Urdu interview probably. Good enough?
Inshallah.
Thank you.
Inshallah.
Any one of you can
Thank you so
contact
much.
me. Search Dr. TPS on internet. I will be available. My number is available. My blogs are almost 90 blogs are there. My website, all these books what I told can be downloaded. Go to YouTube, you can see most of my lectures. There are more than 2000 lectures on different topics. So, namaskaram.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Take care.